There's a lot of interesting developments that happen on the African continent, and definitely one of them is Niger. Now, Niger had a coup that happened, and the president of Niger was, removed, and the military leader replaced in his place. And immediately when the coup happened and the new leader was installed, they definitely started to set their sights on France. Now, France, if you know, was the colonial power that was in West Africa. Supposedly these West African countries got their freedom, but yet France really never left. They neo-colonized them. France get a lot of resources from Niger. France gets uranium. Uranium helps power some of their power plants, up to 25% of their power plants. So while people in France got lights, 85% of people in Niger don't have electricity. I know in 2023, that's crazy, right? It is utterly crazy to hear that 85% of a country don't have electricity. But yet what could make their electricity is being taken and stolen and given to France so they can have their lights on. You understand? So the new people that came in say, nah, we about to stop all this. Gold is another thing that France is taking out of Niger. So they said, nope, you're not getting no more gold, you're not getting no more uranium. Well, immediately Emmanuel Macron got upset and making threats, talking about they will not hesitate to defend French interests. What interest you have in Niger? What interest? They have pushed out the military, but I want you to hear what this brother has to say about Niger. And we're going to talk about some other developments with that too. Let's go ahead and roll that.
France, a former colonizer, has threatened to retaliate if Nigerians go after French interests, they say. Now, look at it. This is a declaration of war. After killing our leaders, after killing more than 23 African leaders, France is saying that, is declaring war, open war. My question to black Africans is, are we at that point that Malcolm X advocated that they attack one, they attack us all? So Mali, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Nigeria, all Mauritania, are you going to stand by if France comes in the name of protecting its interests? But wait a minute, what are its interests? Our own resources, our black African resources that we want to take over. All this that's going on in Niger, in Mali, in all other countries that have been coups, is a result of France having a hold still on Francophone countries. Matter of fact, all the Western countries that owe reparations still have a hold on us. So, as they did against Haiti, when Haiti freed slaves, they had to force Haiti to pay for freeing slaves. In the United States, when slaves were freed, they paid the slave masters, those who own slaves. They did not give money to the freed slaves. So right now, the call is, if France, which has declared war, that's a war, subtle war declaration, goes to Niger in the name of protecting its interests, will you stand by? As a black African everywhere, all black Africans everywhere, is it the US, is it in Britain, is it in France, is it in Belgium, is it in Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Ethiopia, Mali, Senegal, Kenya, Tanzania, will you stand by? That is time for Choboy. No! This is our renaissance. You cannot continue to be doing this against black people, against black Africans, against people from God's melanin endowed people. So yeah, this is a Choboy moment. No, France, you owe reparations. All Western countries, you owe reparations. Pay up first.
So now in Niger, they have taken the steps to say that, hey, all you Europeans, get your bags, you got to go. All y'all, all your NGOs, all that, go. If you're not going to leave from here, you're going to get arrested, because we told you to get your behind on out of this country. We don't want you here. We don't need you here. Why? You say, why is that? Because those so-called NGOs are covers for nefarious things, okay? And a lot of brothers and sisters have figured a lot of that out. So in Niger, they pushing out the French military, They was attacking the French embassy. These brothers and sisters not playing. So what was the response? Sad response, actually. You have Nigeria, okay, makes a response talking about, oh, well, if the president isn't reinstalled within 7 days, we're going to send troops. First of all, that president has been a stooge, a sellout. How is it you're a president of a nation and 85% of your people don't have power, and yet the thing that can make power for you, you letting France have it? Who wants that guy in leadership? I wouldn't if I was living in Niger, right? So this President Tinubu, that new guy, which in my opinion, I've said this before, when I seen Stacey Abrams talking about she's an international observer on an election, I say, oh boy, something about to go down. And sure enough, it did. This guy right here, he is nothing but another sellout lackey for the West. Why is it that he's even making threats against Niger? It's Niger's business. They're not attacking you. Number two, ECOWAS. Definitely disappointed in y'all. You sitting up here saying the same thing. Telling you going to send troops to Niger. You going to attack your brother for who? Them folks? Now, if you want to say, hey, let him come to our country, okay, you go. He can go do what he got to do. But this all about so France can keep getting these resources? You going to fight your brother. Now, I seen some people on X, not Twitter no more, it's X, talking about, hey, Pan-Africanist, what y'all think about this? I'm like, some of y'all are so obsessed with talking about Pan-Africanists. I don't even know why, because it's kind of silly. Most Pan-Africanists, they just believe that black people should work together worldwide. I mean, what is wrong with that? You know, you got black Americans don't want to work with each other. Okay, if they selling out like that, they don't work with black people, you don't mess with them. Work with the black people you do. Black people throughout the world, Africans, Caribbeans, Afro-Latinos, if they want to work together, you work with them. Well, I don't see what's so hard about understanding that concept. You know, I mean, it's kind of silly to me at this point. Do you. If you don't agree with it, just do your thing. But we know on a continent that some of these nations are straight sold out to the white supremacists. We know that. But this Niger situation is exposing the nations that are. You understand? All the nations that's threatening Niger right now, they should sell out nations. And the whole African continent, the Caribbean, those of us throughout the diaspora need to be put on notice and say, okay, if you go and attack Niger, we immediately need to boycott you because they're fighting to get the white supremacists off their backs. And I'm with any country fighting to get the white supremacists off their backs. A black country. It is wrong for the African continent to have any kind of suffering, and they got trillions of dollars, trillions, you hear me? Trillions upon trillions of dollars of resources in their countries, and they're not benefiting. And as even President Ramaphosa said from South Africa, he said, we are done sending all this raw material to you. He said, no, we need to send you a finished product. In other words, you can get the resources, but you're going to buy them at market rate. Not for free, you're going to buy them. And you buy the resources, hey, have it, do your thing. France can have some uranium, but they need to buy it at market rate. They want gold, no problem, buy it at market rates. See, these white supremacists have been stealing for a long time. They are I told y'all, nobody steals more than the white supremacists. Nobody. For them to even get mad about Niger, what does that got to do with France? Oh, I know what it got to do with France, because if they don't get all the resources and money they're getting out of those West African nations, they're literally going to go third world. That's how much dependent they are on those African countries. It's time for my brothers and sisters in the African continent, and I'm so proud of the younger people in the continent who's taking a stand and standing up. Because at this point, you ain't got nothing to lose. They trying to steal everything from you. You're not living good. You don't have lights. But France got lights? No. You got to take a stand. And any African nation that sit up there and you send a military to go attack your brother, because that is your brother. People from Niger is your brother and your sisters. They are poor people. Why would you pick up any arms or attack your fellow brothers and sisters? See, that tribalism got to go on the African continent. I'm talking to y'all. That got to go, because that's stupid at this point. Sure, the diaspora is definitely diverse. Multiple languages, multiple cultures. Awesome. We are the most diverse diaspora in the world. It's beautiful. But we don't look at the diversity as a beautiful thing. You won't look at it, he's different than me. And that's the thing. You attack your brother for the white supremacists? That what you threatening to do? When has the white supremacists ever done y'all right? Now one of you African countries that's up here threatening Niger is in a better situation. Some of you may be in a better situation here and there, but you're not in the situation you should be in due to all the resources that you have underneath your feet. Now the African country should be talking about power, not having lights. All that sun that beats down on the African continent, if anything, y'all should have solar power. And y'all not having that? But your leaders are so sold out to the West, they're not even focused on getting lights on for y'all. They got their lights on, but you don't. So why would you go against those brothers and sisters over there? I am not against no African fighting for their freedom. We still trying to work on ours here. And I even seen brothers and sisters say, hey, look, I seen the comments. Hey, man, shoot, I go over there and contribute for freedom. They got people right now saying it, male and female. And see, that's what they don't want to hear. They do not want to hear, because that happened before, where black folks from here went over there or other places to fight for freedom. Because I just know how black people are. Ain't no way we're going to watch France just go try to attack an African nation and we just stay quiet about it. No, No. Stay your behind out the African continent. Do things on your own. Trade with your fellow Europeans. But your fellow Europeans are not dealing with you like that. That's why you always see him running up and out the African continent. Well, let me know what y'all think about the situation in Niger. Niger did the right thing. Cut France off. Cut them off. They don't need nothing from you. They done stole enough.